What is up, guys? MACABESPEED coming at ya. Very interesting episode today showing exactly how you might be able to fix your AEA ZEUS 72 caliber air rifle if you end up having a leak from the transfer port like I have on my previous few episodes. If you're a fan of the channel and subscribed, you'll see that we have had a couple of different episodes showing a couple of different leaks, both hearing it from the transfer port with the breech open, as well as the end of the barrel with the breech closed and no ammunition. Went ahead and relayed these symptoms back to Terry at Fox Air Power, and he said it's probably something to do with this guy right here, which I guess is a valve pin. We'll go ahead and get into that, as well as how we can go ahead and replace this and hopefully stop my ZEUS from leaking. I know there's been others in the community that have had this issue as well, so definitely I wanted to go ahead and put this information out there, so hopefully you guys get a handle on what it takes to repair your ZEUS if you find it leaking. Let's get right into it. It's a 6mm Allen key. I've already gone ahead and verified that this cylinder has absolutely no air in it whatsoever. Guaranteed by both the gauge as well as a quick dry fire to completely confirm we're not going to get blasted with any compressed air when we go ahead and spin this tank off. Comes off real easy by hand. I didn't need any tools. You guys saw exactly how that went, and this thing had a stock on it previous, so what's the takeaway? Don't break out a pipe wrench. Seem like very fine threads. Very tedious, but very careful not to damage the threads when we pull that air tank off. Let's set this off to the side. Now what you guys are going to see is there's a couple of recesses here. These front two recesses hold grub screws. Let's remove those. These grub screws are going to go ahead and take a 4mm Allen key. Let's go ahead and loosen them. Once again, these aren't like ungodly Godzilla tight. Definitely do kind of remember the torque spec that you found these at, so you don't go ahead and strip out this really well crafted aluminum receiver. Just kind of loosened those grub screws right there. The next thing we're going to want to go ahead and do is we're going to want to pull free this whole assembly, which should, from what I've read, I think I might have to loosen the grub screws a little bit more, but from what I've read, this thing should just pop on out of here. I'm going to pull these grub screws out of here, right? Fuck it, it's threads. And after feebly trying to remove this here, it does appear, as per the directions I've received, that this also unscrews. So let's go ahead and do so together here. Man, ham-fisted about everything. Ooh, cool. I could see exactly where the indentation was from those two grub screws. Very cool. Now, according to my directions, this should just pull free. Oh, it does, and there's a spring back there. Interesting. Cool. This is cool. Check it out. I feel like this is your whole valve assembly right here. Cool, man. This is cool. It looks like the parts that I have in the bag as well. It's all still put together how it came out of there so I could figure this out. This is good. These are brand new parts. Ooh, and they fit like brand new also. Let's see what kind of depth we have as far as the old one is concerned. Much deeper than I currently have this guy. This might take some doing. Alright guys, well without really beating this thing up, I'm not really able to get it down exactly as far as the other one is in there. But by the same token, I know that there's a point in this housing where this piece bottoms out. So maybe if I just go ahead and utilize the threads on this fitting and screw it in, and then just screw it back out to visually verify that it has seated itself completely, we'll be good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and try that for you guys. Seems legit. That seems legit. Let's go ahead and pull it back out and see if she's seated at all. Very smooth when I went to tighten that down. So far this process has been very easy. Kind of a problem solving type of a process, but still all in all not that difficult as far as the actual process to get this done. Let's pull this out of here and see where we're at. I don't know. It's close, but it's not quite there. And additionally, it seems as if this piece right here is just slightly different on the machining. So based on the fact that I feel like it's nice and straight, it went in nice and smooth, and that's physically as far as I was able to push it down using multiple methods of leverage there, I'm gonna go ahead and send it with this. If I continue to have a problem, I'll touch base with the people at AEA and see what they think the optimal depth for setting this pin valve is. But at least now we know how to get at the guts of it. Okay, we got our spring set in there. Do feel it and see it threading down very smooth. Once again, you can see I'm just barely using my fingertips. I'm not over torquing, I'm not cross threading, I'm not forcing anything to go anywhere. I'm just putting pieces back as I found them. I'm not really tightening or torquing these, like torquing them, you know what I mean? I'm just giving them that good snugness that I found them with. Based on the good amount of lube that I see all over this whole assembly as far as the O-ring is concerned, I'm not gonna, make a problem where there's not one currently. I'm just gonna slide this tank back over this O-ring and thread assembly and start the process of threading it home. And I also just really want to confirm that I'm doing this, straight in all aspects. That way I don't get any unnecessary stress on those finely crafted threads. Aluminum really has a tendency to kind of gall up if you force it and cross thread it. So this is definitely one of those areas where you're gonna wanna take your time and get it right. No matter what frustration you personally feel on the initial end of it, you will wanna get this step right, because rushing it and getting it wrong means potentially replacing this piece from AEA. And I know there's only so many of these in the country, which means there's probably only so many replacement parts as well. Something to think about. I don't really have a way to check the tension on something that's moving, rotationally like this, but it does feel snug, and I am completely comfortable with it. Let's get the stock back on. Old one, new one installed. 6mm Allen key. Nice and easy. Nice coarse threads on that stock bolt. Really easy to locate it in its bore. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and throw you a quick time lapse of us filling it, and then we'll touch base on this later in the week to see if it's holding pressure. I think it's going to be a great place to end today's video, but if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe for more with that notifications button so that you can stay current on the channel as well as when new videos come out. If you really like this video, make sure you share it. Somebody else can see it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.